I think that we've seen a team such as theirs, similar style of play last year in our first round game, and I think that we're prepared to play them, and we've watched a lot of film on them to prepare. And I think that any challenges that we're facing that or we're not ready for, we're gonna prepare for that today on the practice court.
Jim, go ahead.
Hi, Jim Fortuno with the Associated Press. Kelsey, some early losses, 19-game win streak, but then I think 4 losses in the last 6. Where's this team right now? Do you feel like you have any momentum heading into the postseason?
I think for the past, week or so, we've just been talking about how this is just a new slate for us, and it's a new season, and, everyone's starting off, and when you lose a game, you're out, so everyone's on the same playing field. And so even though we did have some late losses towards the end of the season, I think we spent the last week really preparing and fixing some things that needed to be fixed. And so I think that prepared us going into tomorrow.
Chris, in the back, please.
Chris Tavares with KXAN News. Bree, you guys are familiar with this routine. There's such a long gap between conference tournament and when you guys start the NCAA tournament. How did the team handle that downtime? What did you do to kind of prepare and stay sharp but also rest and relax?
I think the team handled that pretty well. We have 4 upperclassmen that have been through this for a couple of years now. So we were able to tell the younger ones about how this goes and everything. And the couple of days that we had off, or we had between the tournament and now, we used to prepare. We used to refocus and regroup and get back on the court and get back to being us.
Cliff, in the back, please.
Cliff Thornton, Fox 7 Sports here in Austin. Kind of to what Chris had just asked, over this extended time off, I know the goal was to get back to the form that you guys were in during your 19-game winning streak. How close do you think you got?
I think that we spent a lot of time preparing and preparation for the NCAA tournament, and I think those days that we were able to regroup and refocus and get back to our style of play. So I think these days that we had to prepare were very vital and they were very good for our team.
In the back, Travis.
Travis Raycheck, Spectrum News. Kelsey, just overall, what is this time of year like for a player?
This tournament where you're playing one game, you're guaranteed one game, if you lose, you're out, is definitely different from the entire rest of the season where you have, guaranteed games left. And so I think, especially for this team, having so many young players and just players who haven't, experienced this yet, the upperclassmen really had to get that point across to them that once you lose, you're out, and, you go into the off season. For us too, we're done. So I think it was just important to get the underclassmen to understand how important taking every single moment is. And, when we were able in the middle of the season to take each game one game at a time is when we were playing our best. So I think if we can get back to that, then we'll be good.
Jim and Fred.
I'd like to follow up on that. Is there a sense then maybe that at some point some of those younger players kind of lost that perspective with the late losses? As things were going so well, maybe things got confused?
I don't think it was just the younger players who kind of lost it. I think our entire team just, wasn't taking one game at a time anymore, and getting back to that is extremely important, especially right now in this tournament. And so practice over the past, week and a half has really just been about taking each drill, one drill at a time, and, each possession, you just give all you can on that one possession. And so I think if that can carry over to the game, then that'll be great for us.
Chris in the back.
Kelsey, I don't think it's any secret why the two of you are up here, the 2 seniors. This is your last go round, regardless of what happens. Your days at wearing the burnt orange, you're done. What are the emotions like for you as a senior going into your final NCAA tournament? Watching the selection show on Monday night was it really, I think, hit me then that, this is the last time I would watch a selection show and see where we were going and, who our opponent was going to be. And so for me, just especially taking that one moment at a time and just enjoying each moment I have, with this team. And I love spending time with them. And I think that goes for everyone on the team. We like being around each other.
We love playing with each other. And so just really enjoying each moment that we have, one game at a time is really important for us.
Bree, you want to add on to that?
I mean, Kelsey pretty much covered it all. It's very exciting for both of us. I think that she covered it by saying that we're just trying to stay in the moment and taking advantage of every opportunity that we have with this team. So we're excited to get to play.
Rick, go ahead.
2 years ago, Sweet 16, last year, Sweet 8. There's a progression there. I mean, can you talk about your goals for this tournament? Both of you. Start with Bree.
I think that coming here to Texas, ultimately our goal has always been to get to the Final Four, and our goals have not changed since. Each year we have progressed, and I think that just shows that this program is headed in the right direction. And I think Coach and the coaching staff and the girls have done a great job of buying in and following the game plan and everything. So I think that we're definitely headed in the right direction.
Kelsey.
Going off of what Bree said, I think especially for us too, when we were recruited here, we wanted to get Texas back on the national scale. And so our freshman year being able to make the tournament again and then each year progress further in the tournament, that was definitely a goal of ours. And like Bree said, it's still a goal to keep continuing to go further. And I think that everyone on our team, especially the underclassmen, really understand that that is kind of, our expectation and our goal now is to continue to go further each year within the tournament.
Go ahead, Rick.
Bree, how much pride do you guys take in the fact that you guys are leaving the program in a better state than it was when you got here?
I think that we can say that we definitely accomplished one of the goals that we had coming into this program, and I think that Coach has covered it by saying that that's going to be our legacy that we're going to leave here, and knowing that we were a big part of that and we were a part of it, it's just amazing to think about that. That we were actually a contribution here, and we're gonna have something that everyone's gonna remember us by.
Additional questions for the student athletes? Go ahead, Jim.
Kelsey, just looking at the roster, you guys would seem to have a significant size advantage over your first-round opponent. Just talk about that and how you hope to be able to, to exploit that.
We definitely saw in film the past few days. Obviously, just looking at the roster, you do have a size advantage, and so we've been talking about how we definitely need to throw it inside, and we need to expect double teams. We need to expect to have to kick it out. Our guards cutting off of us. We just need really to focus on what the coaches have been telling us, which is we do have a size advantage, and we're going to need to be able to throw it inside and kick it back out in order to be successful in this game.